Hello, welcome to week 7 of Myth Busting Mondays. Hopefully this one will be a nice short one for you, and it's basically a little bit about the myths surrounding puppies, and in particular the house training of puppies. It used to be, not actually that long ago, that you would, if a dog had an accident inside, or puppy had an accident inside, that you would hit them, smack them on the nose. Rolled up newspaper was always the weapon of choice, and you would rub their nose in it, scold them, tell them off, whatever it took basically, and through that kind of telling off constantly, they would automatically learn that they just need to wee outside. God, and people still do it, and breeders, they still recommend this as an appropriate way to teach puppies to toilet outside and not inside. I can't tell you how wrong it is and how far we've come from there. Basically, there's a few different things that are wrong with this situation. Firstly, if you punish a dog for peeing or pooing in front of you, they will become scared to wee and poo in front of you, and then when you're on your walks and as they're an adult dog, this is a real problem for you, because they won't want to go to the toilet in front of you, and then they hide behind sofas and under the tables and things and do their business there. So not only are they still doing it inside, you are maybe not finding it so quickly. It's not good. And secondly, if you don't punish them immediately, so punishment has to be immediate. If you're ever going to use it, it has to be immediate. It's not like children, when you can say, when your dad gets home, you'll know you're in trouble. Like, it has to be there and then. So you should, if you're going to go down the route, and I would definitely not recommend this, you need to tell them off at the point of doing it. So when you come home and they've made a mess in the kitchen or in their pen or crate or however you're leaving them, you can't tell them off. You can't take them over to it and rub their nose in it, because they could have done that an hour ago, depending on obviously how long you've been out for, and they're going to not associate that with them going to the toilet in the house, not at all. And so then you're creating, like we talked about in the previous video, that kind of association where you come home and then they are punished for greeting you, and then we end up in like escalates into other problems. Basically, you have to clean it up, guys, and kind of blame yourself. I saw a little cartoon ages ago, and I'll try and dig it out and see if I can find it on the World Wide Web, and it's a guy, an owner, with a rolled up newspaper. It says what to do with a rolled up newspaper when your puppy has an accident inside, and it's like, don't hit the puppy, you hit yourself. You are in charge of watching to make sure that puppy is going to the toilet outside, not inside. They are 8 weeks old when we get them most of the time, and they have no idea that weeing inside is not allowed, and they have to step through this door, and then magically they can wee literally wherever they like when they're outside. That's a big, quite complicated thing for your very little puppy to learn, and it is your role and responsibility as their owner and the person who's going to nurture them into an adult dog to make sure that they understand that they can't just toilet inside and they go outside and they get rewarded highly for going outside. The myth that telling them that rubbing their nose in it is going to teach them is just rubbish, and I'm never really sure how effective it was, and I would like to think that we teach dogs to toilet outside much quicker now with the more positive ways, and if nothing else, even if it isn't quicker, rewarding your dog, motivating them to go outside, really encouraging them, is going to build a much stronger bond with your dog going forwards than telling them off, rubbing their nose in it, shouting at them, hitting them on the nose with a rolled up newspaper. I know that there was a lot of dogs out there that were scared of newspapers. I hear tales of it where owners will pick up a newspaper and the dog will kind of flinch away because they were hit with it. And that's not the relationship that we want to be building. We want to be building everything we want to do. We want to be working towards a really strong bond with our puppies, especially, so that in that very critical early 16-week period, that we have a really strong bond that we can move forwards with, and then we can do more and have a more enjoyable life with our dogs. So put the newspapers away just for reading, and I think even that's disappearing now a little bit, unfortunately. If you have any questions or comments, put them below as always. just 3 more to go, and then we'll change onto something else. Also, if you have got a puppy, don't forget we're doing a fireworks seminar that would, even if your dog isn't scared, if they're a puppy, I would highly recommend coming along to, so that you set them up this first kind of fireworks season that they're coming up to. So that they're going to really learn to cope well with fireworks, and you're not going to have a long lifetime of them being scared. So if you're interested in that, let us know. That's on the 19th of September. Okay, I will see you soon. Thanks, bye.